This is the LZR Project, an episodic story series by David and Alderman. The LZR Project takes place within David's Expired Reality universe and serves as a prequel to the main novels in his Expired Reality series. You can find out more about David's Expired Reality series at davidandalderman.com. Episode number 9, Monday, April 20th, 1998. You can't just assume the symbols are based on ancient Anaran language, David, Squirrel explained over the headset. Anaran language is indeed incredibly varied, but much of what we have discovered over the years has shared a lot of the same base root dialect. But as for the symbols you found in Scarlet's room, the symbols are unlike anything seen in the language clusters previously discovered. You see the dots and the dashes and the strange swirls? Yes, David replied, staring down at the large printouts across the surface of his desk, each an enlargement of the photographs taken in Scarlet's room at the Morvain Health Institute. I also see hash marks. Don't worry about the hash marks. I'm still trying to decipher those. The dashes and dots represent a breath, so one symbol could represent an entire sentence, while dots and dashes represent breaks in words or long breaths. The swirls represent new topics. Like new paragraphs, David asked? Yes, Squirrel said, only not necessarily paragraphs. New topics, like new chapters or new sentences. I haven't nailed that down yet, but I have the dots and dashes figured out. Where did this language come from, David asked, and how would Scarlet know of it? You're assuming Scarlet did these drawings. Someone or something could have very well gone into her room and drawn out these designs themselves. Either way, I have no idea where these symbols come from. They are brand new to me, but have some similarity to a special demonic language discovered in the antechamber of the Depths many, many years ago. The Depths? You're telling me these symbols have a connection to another realm? I believe so, Squirrel answered. Anyway, let me continue researching them. I'll have more for you later. I haven't even figured out how to read the individual symbols, like the mountain, the snowflakes, or the lightning bolt. Okay, thanks, Squirrel. No problem, I'll be in touch. David disconnected the call and set the headset down on the corner of his desk. The symbols were beginning to bother him. He worried for Scarlet's safety and had to suppress the urge to rush down to the psychological facility and break her out. He had made a call to the facility yesterday and was given permission to talk to Scarlet, but only long enough to confirm she was still alive. The symbols helped keep David's mind somewhat distracted. Helping Squirrel meant they could possibly get these symbols deciphered sooner rather than later, which meant solving the mystery and possibly saving Scarlet quicker. David stood up, stretched, and then shuffled to the window overlooking the city. He cracked it open far enough to allow a gentle breeze to slip into his office. He breathed in the cool air, thankful for the early morning hours that gave him time to think, and time to work on his own projects without Roger breathing down his neck. The hair on his arms and the back of his neck suddenly stood to attention. The crackle of electricity filled his office. He spun around to find a figure in a gray cloak sitting at his desk. "Vector?" David said, approaching the desk. "What are you doing here?" Vector let out a wheezing cough, her face hidden in shadows underneath her hood. "I'm here to offer more assistance." "With what?" he asked. She lifted her arms onto the desk, they were wrapped in bloodied bandages, and shuffled a bit through his photographs of Scarlet's room. "Not this." She leaned back in the chair. "I need you to listen to me very closely," she said. David retreated to the window where he stood and looked out on the glittering city. Lysalis was alive as ever, even at this early hour, the neon lights, moving cars, and general hubbub mimicking blood moving through a person's circulatory system. In the very same way, he knew Lysalis was alive, breathing even. "I could use some help right now," he said. "Mr. Big is still on the loose. I have Sean combating me at every turn regarding weapons, and you don't know what listen means, do you?" He sighed. "Sorry." He turned toward her. "Mr. Big is an elusive criminal," she said. "That much you know. What you don't know is that he has help. His goons, I know." "Again," Vector said. "Listen." David huffed. "He has an assistant," she continued. "A female assistant who helps him with all of his affairs, mostly legal and financial. She used to attend Lysalis College but dropped out in the middle of working toward her justice degree." "I've been battling Mr. Big for years," David said, "and I've never seen him with a sidekick around, especially a female one. She lives in shadows, David. She refuses to allow the government or the public to know about her existence. She has many secrets." Terrific, he said. I know. You must understand something about her, though, something I have debated on revealing to you for some time now. I've seen the future of this reality if I don't help you, and I don't like it. So I have made the decision to help you because I'm compelled to help you. Her name is Shaona Raiche, Vector said. Interesting name. You will know her name quite well after you have dealt with her, David. She is deadly. She is skilled in more combat arts than you can possibly imagine. You cannot defeat her alone. And to be honest, I don't think she has any interest in killing you or your friends. Not unless provoked. So I just need to not provoke her? The contrary, actually. She needs to be taken out of the picture. Now. Here in the beginning of everything. What do you mean here at the beginning of everything? David asked. The beginning of what? It's not important right now. What is important is that you confront Mr. Big head on. Storm the gates. Blow him out of the water. Force Shaona, who will undoubtedly guard Mr. Big's life with her own, out into the open. Once you have her in your sights, kill her. You mean apprehend her? No, Vector said. I don't mince my words. You should know that, David. She took a deep breath. She must die. I don't know if you will be successful in killing her this early in the game, but you must try. It's a gamble, I know that, telling you this. But I have to take risks when I see benefit that can be gained in our fight against them. Them? Tomorrow night, Vector said, Mr. Big will be at Warehouse 5.5 at the docks. Storm the warehouse, burn it down, cripple him and his organization. I'm not telling you to kill him, David. I'm telling you to hurt him. Big difference. Lure out Shaona, expose her, then you'll see what you're really up against when it comes to Mr. Big. You say you have the power to slip in and out of time, David asked. Basically, it is a bit more complicated than that, but you understand the gist. He turned back toward the window and stared out at the red and purple lights of a Sin Soda billboard in the distance. Will you answer one question for me? He asked. Vector started in a coughing fit but spit out the words, probably not. What becomes of this? Do we capture Mr. Big? Will Isalus ever be safe? Interesting question, she said. Why is that? Because it's not the question you really want to ask. David glanced down at police lights in the street below. A car had just been pulled over and a ticket was being written. Will Carrie and I end up together? He asked. Honesty, Vector said. What? Honesty. It will save you in the end, David. Honesty with yourself, honesty with your friends, honesty with Carrie. I love her, he said. Vector said nothing to this bold remark. I think about her often, he continued. I work with her, but I feel so distant from her. I know the feeling. Do you? He asked, turning toward her. I hate when people say that, but they don't really truly understand. I understand more than you will ever know, David. Who are you really? He asked. How do I know I can trust you? You're instructing me to go in with guns blazing against the man who has escaped my grasp dozens of times. How do I know this isn't a trap? How do I know there's a woman named Shaona Raiche who is helping Mr. Big with his schemes? You could be springing parlor tricks on me to make me believe you've traveled through time just to lure me into an elaborate ambush. Interesting comment coming from someone who has traveled through time themselves, she said. Nobody knows that. I do. I know so much about you that if I told you it all, your head would spin off. I can't tell you who I am, David. I already told you that, though. As always, you have a hard time listening and following instructions. You always have to take a path nobody can see or has thought to use. That's what I love about you. Right now, though, you have to trust me. If I wanted to lead you into a trap, I would simply go to Mr. Big and tell him when and where you're going to be alone. And I would tell him how to kill you the most easily, right? Well, that's definitely sound logic, he admitted. I'll give you that. Shaona is who you should be focusing on. You're not going to kill Mr. Big, David. That's not how things are going to go down. At least I hope not. Shaona needs to die, though. She hasn't shed her cover yet, the shroud that keeps her true self hidden from the public. But if she isn't destroyed soon, she will unveil herself to the world, and then it will be a bloodbath, plain and simple. I don't want to kill anyone, he said. If you knew me well enough, you would know that. I do know that. That's why I am impressing it upon you how important it is to kill her. She isn't a woman, David. She is a creature. Not in the practical sense of the word, but I'm sure you'll figure out what I really mean at some point down the road. What time should we attack Big? How many should I bring with me? He asked. I can't give you all of that information. I will guide you, but I will not spoon feed you. Go after him with everything tomorrow night. Carrie will be back from her trip to Crystal City, so you'll have a full team. I can tell you, because it is the only way you will know who Shaona is, that she will have long, multicolored hair. Multicolored hair? That can be dyed. Why would that be the only detail you give me? Her hair cannot be dyed, Vector said. It cannot change color, it cannot be cut, and it is fairly long by this point in time. Her hair is how you will know you are dealing with Shaona. Her hair is how you will know when to take the shot. David turned his gaze out the window. The police lights had vanished, and the city was once again still and silent in the pre-dawn hours. I'm looking forward to Carrie's return, he said. A gust of air swept across the back of his neck. When he turned around, Vector was gone. Thank you for listening to the LZR Project. If you are interested in reading more of David's Expired Reality series, please check out the author's webpage at davidnalderman.com.